After No Way Home, Tom Holland's Peter Parker is completely alone. No one remembers him, not MJ, not Ned, not Happy. He lives in a small apartment, repairing his old suit, rebuilding his life from scratch. But something else lingers, a disturbance left behind when the multiverse cracked open. Strange particles of dark energy, the remnants of something alien, have appeared in his world. In the Venom Let There Be Carnage post-credit scene, Eddie Brock briefly crossed into the MCU. Before being sent back, Venom left behind a tiny drop of the symbiote on a bar counter. That's all it takes, a single fragment to start chaos. That fragment could soon find Peter and change him forever. Tom Spider-Man has lost everything. He's still doing the right thing, saving people, fighting crime, but inside, he's broken. When the symbiote bonds with him, it doesn't just enhance his powers, it amplifies his pain. We'll see a darker Peter Parker, faster, stronger, but far more brutal. The black suit gives him confidence, but it starts consuming his empathy. Meanwhile, in another universe, Andrew Garfield Spider-Man still protects his city, haunted by Gwen's death. He's colder now, sharper, and less forgiving. Fans have always wanted closure for his story, and this crossover could finally give it. Andrew's Spider-Man exists in Sony's universe, the same one as Venom and Morbius. That's where the real connection begins. Venom isn't just a monster. He's intelligent, curious, and drawn to one thing: Spider-Man. Across dimensions, he senses the presence of Peter Parker. That link pulls him toward the MCU again, this time on purpose. Venom wants to understand why his kind reacts so strongly to Spider-Man's DNA. And when he finds out there are two Spider-Men, the hunger grows. Doctor Strange's spell fixed most of reality, but not all of it. Small rifts still exist, unstable points between worlds. A symbiote trying to cross realities could be enough to reopen those cracks. And that's how Andrew's Spider-Man and Venom could both appear in Tom's universe. The web is tangled again. Tom and Andrew's Spider-Man meet, but it's not friendly at first. Andrew sees Tom's new black suit and assumes he's been corrupted. The two clash, web against web, power against power, unaware that Venom is watching from the shadows. It's the perfect setup for a misunderstanding that turns into an uneasy alliance later. Venom attacks, targeting the strongest host he can find. He first tries to bond with Tom's Peter, but the connection is unstable. Then, he senses Andrew's rage, the guilt, the buried anger, and latches onto him instead. Now we get something fans have dreamed of: symbiote Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. Faster, angrier, deadlier. Under Venom's influence, Andrew becomes what he always feared: a Spider-Man without restraint. Criminals are terrified. Even Tom Spider-Man can't recognize him anymore. It's not evil, it's pain magnified. Andrew's trauma becomes Venom's weapon. Tom's Peter, seeing his alternate self fall into darkness, realizes what's at stake. He uses Stark's old tech to analyze the symbiote, finding a way to separate it without killing the host. He doesn't want to fight Andrew. He wants to save him. This becomes an emotional turning point. Two Peters helping each other overcome the worst parts of themselves. Venom detaches and grows stronger, forming a monstrous, independent form. It absorbs energy from the multiversal rifts, becoming something closer to its comic form. A towering creature that can split into multiple versions of itself. Both Spider-Men must work together. Strategy, sacrifice, and strength. It's a battle not just of power, but of control and redemption. During the climax, Venom senses something new: compassion. He realizes that his bond with Andrew wasn't just hunger, it was connection. In a shocking twist, Venom sacrifices himself to seal the rift between worlds, saving both realities. It's the moment Venom becomes something more than a monster, a tragic hero. With the multiverse stabilized, Andrew returns to his world, healed, hopeful, finally at peace with Gwen's memory. Tom Spider-Man is left in the MCU, stronger, wiser, and finally ready to rebuild his life. The black suit is gone, but its memory remains. As Tom's Peter continues his quiet life, a new signal appears on his Stark watch, an energy reading from outer space. Something's coming, something connected to the symbiotes. A shadowy whisper echoes, Knull, the God of Symbiotes. This story wouldn't just unite Tom, Andrew, and Venom. It would set the stage for Marvel's next big event, Secret Wars. With the multiverse cracked, more heroes and villains will cross over. Tobey Spider-Man, Miles Morales, even new versions of Venom. The web is expanding, the connections are forming, and the Spider-Verse is just getting started. Weeks pass after Venom's disappearance, but the symbiote's presence hasn't fully vanished. Peter starts experiencing strange visions, glimpses of Venom's memories, worlds drenched in black goo, and something massive moving across galaxies. These aren't nightmares, they're warnings. He realizes that Venom's sacrifice wasn't the end. It was the beginning of something much bigger. Something coming for all symbiote life. Back in his world, Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man finds purpose again. He saves more people than ever before, not because he's running from guilt, but because he's learned to forgive himself. The events with Venom taught him that strength isn't about rage, it's about restraint. Rumors spread of a new threat rising in his universe, someone experimenting with symbiote DNA. Kraven, the hunter, has learned of Venom's existence, and he wants it for himself. Meanwhile, in the MCU, Peter quietly works with a mysterious organization, one that's been studying alien entities since the Battle of New York. He doesn't realize it yet, but this group is SWORD, the Outer Space Division of S.H.I.E.L.D. They've been tracking the symbiote signal, and Peter is the key to understanding it. Together, they detect a massive spike of symbiote energy approaching Earth. And it's not just one being, it's a hive. In deep space, stars flicker and die as a shadow stretches across the void. A throne forged from living darkness emerges, and upon it sits Knull, the God of Symbiotes. His voice echoes across realities. The venom that sacrificed itself had reawakened its creator. Every fragment, every drop of black goo left on Earth answers his call. And soon, the sky over New York turns red. This isn't just another invasion. It's the symbiote war. Doctor Strange senses the disturbance before anyone else. He opens portals, reaching across realities for help. Andrew's Spider-Man is the first to return, battle-hardened, ready to fight beside Tom once again. But they'll need more. The portal expands. A familiar figure steps through, the original battle-worn hero in red and blue. Tobey Maguire Spider-Man has returned. 3 generations, 1 war. And the fight for every universe is about to begin. The story doesn't end with Venom. It begins with the war he left behind.